good day. If you don't know who I am, let me tell you who I am. I'm Ed Cota, CEO and founder of Atlas Spine and Rehab. And we've been working with a lot of attorneys, a lot of chiros, but we've been selecting the people that we know, that we like, that we, as in our community, love them. So today I have an honor to be with my nephew. I say that because we've known each other for a long time. I know his mom and dad. So that's the kind of trust I have with El Abogado, the attorney, Alex Northover from NLG Group, right?
Yes,
so say hi, Alex.
Hey, everyone. Thanks so much for having me on your show. Alex Northover, I'm the owner and managing attorney of Northover Law Group. We are an elite personal injury and workers' compensation law firm located here in Buckhead, Atlanta, but we service all of Atlanta, all of Georgia for workers' compensation and personal injury needs.
And let me tell you one thing. As we've been doing the personal injury side and the workers' comp, we've been looking for the attorneys that we know, that we like, that we trust, but that I can guarantee to the patients, to the clients that call us. Because a lot of people call us direct at Atlas Spine and Rehab at 678-691-5651. They're calling us and asking us, I need an attorney. Who can I call? Who can I trust? So obviously, he's one of the main ones that we deal with. Especialmente para la comunidad latina. Es el abogado súper inteligente, que trabaja bien, le va a ayudar todo en español. So, what I just said, he's one of the best attorneys that's going to take this time that culturally will understand what the Hispanic community needs. But it's not just the Hispanic community, it's everybody. But I know that what we deal with is a lot of the Hispanic population. So at Atlas Spine and Rehab, we see everyone. But I have the majority of the Hispanic population that asks me, who do I call when I have a workers' comp accident? Who do I call when I have a personal injury? Accidente en el trabajo, that's workers' comp.
Sí,
Accidente de carro, that's my car accident. So my responsibility that I've been in Atlanta for 30 years is to make sure that our community gets the best attorney that culturally will understand and will help you. So just tell us a little bit about you, who you are, what you do. He's El Abogado Minion. He's the Minion attorney because he's nonstop. He's going to win no matter what. So that's why we're on the same side.
All right, so very blessed. I started my law firm in January of 2021, and we just hit the ground running. Now we have 4 attorneys, 12 paralegals, over 500 active case files, settling millions of dollars every month for our clients. I think something that makes our law firm very unique is that we are structured quite differently from a lot of other personal injury workers' comp law firms. Our law firm is set up so that an attorney is put on each file at the onset of a case, and an attorney's mind is put on all the essential steps to build up that case, which I think makes the client experience quite significantly better, and also the financial outcome for our clients far exceed industry standards.
And he just hit a very important point that how many patients, how many clients call and tell me, I have never spoken to my attorney, ever. Or I saw him only at the end of my case. Well, we believe in this. You got to know him. You got to know the attorney. You got to speak to them. They got to give you guidance. They got to give you support. The same thing that we do at Atlas Spine and Rehab is that we talk to you from the beginning to the end, because we're just part of a team that wants to create the best possible solution legally and medically, the best possible solution for our community, for everyone. But I know that the Hispanic community que necesita ayuda, they need help. And one of the things that I'll tell you that a lot of times the Hispanic community, when you speak to them, they'll do this. And then when they leave, they'll, ¿qué dijo? What did he say? Right. But that's one of the things that, y hablamos español, él tiene personas que hablan español, so tenemos que asegurar. Accidente de carro, accidente del trabajo, le llamamos al abogado Alex Northover. El número, give us the number.
404-390-3900.
Tell it to him again.
404-390-3900, or you can call my cell phone, 6789-0-ALEX1.
Y nadie le da el celular. Recuerden eso, muy importante. Now, we've been talking about how do we help everyone deal with what's workers' comp, car accidents. And we're talking about the Hispanic community that calls us consistently. We've been in this market since 1998. And One of the questions that we get called on is this: I'm here in process of getting my legal status, or I'm here without any legal status. So if I'm in a car accident, I don't want to call anyone, I just want to run. The best legal advice is what?
You should absolutely call the police, get a police report created. Immigration status is absolutely not relevant to a personal injury claim. It is not relevant to a workers' compensation claim. You do need a good attorney that understands those dynamics and protects your interests, but ultimately, a good attorney that works in this space is able to protect your legal interests, and it's absolutely worth pursuing a claim because that's how the insurance companies make all their money. They assume that people who have valid legal claims are not going to pursue their case because they are scared, they are disenfranchised, they think the process is too complicated. They think, if they're a foreigner that, they're not going to be able to navigate this system. And, with the benefit of having great medical providers and attorneys working to, assist these injured people through the claim process, a lot of those issues get dispensed with.
And you've addressed every complaint that I've gotten from the community, workers' comp. They're kind of targeted or they're intimidated that if you do a workers' comp claim, I'm going to fire you. Well, they can't fire you.
Well, actually, Ed, in Georgia, we are in a right-to-work state, so a employer can fire someone for a good reason, a bad reason, no reason at all, as long as it's not a federally discriminatory reason, which would be, like an example would be discrimination based on race, gender, national origin, immutable characteristics, things we can't change about ourselves. So unfortunately, the truth is that if you are hurt on the job, there is a likelihood that you might be terminated. But even if you don't pursue a workers' compensation claim, my experience tells me that oftentimes, even if someone says, I don't want to pursue this claim because I don't want to get fired from work, the fact that the employer knows that that injured worker is hurt on the job, after they go through the claim process without an attorney, they get discharged from their doctors, and a few months later, the employer is going to find some kind of pretext, some kind of excuse to get that injured worker out of that employment anyway. And the reason for that is because it's not coming from the employer, but it's coming from their workers' comp insurance carrier. What they're saying is that this injured worker presents too much of a liability. And for that reason, they want to get that injured worker out of that position because they might get re-injured again in the future. So when you have a workers' compensation claim, it's worthwhile pursuing because there's no guarantee that your job security is there anyway.
But that, he's addressed everything that's been so important in all the questions we keep getting. That's why I recommend you've got to go to him. He's got to take care of you. He's going to guide you through this maze that can be confusing. But if you have someone that understands the system, he can get you the best results. And it doesn't matter, even if you get fired, like he's explaining to you. But the most important thing is that they've got to call Alex Northover, give him your number.
404-390-3900. Call my cell phone, 678-902-5391.
You're getting,
there it is.
Alzheimer's like me,
Right.
But I'm old. But let me tell you what, you've got to call him, especially when you have a workers' comp claim that you're not sure of. It doesn't cost you anything. You've got to call and get the guidance. And let me tell you, I'm 1,000% behind him. I believe in him, I trust him, and I know that he's going to take amazing care of everyone, but I know that he'll take care of our Hispanic community that has a lot of issues and has a lot of questions. And really, there's a lot of apprehension. Maybe I shouldn't do it. He can tell you, do it, don't do it, or let me tell you how.
And another objection that I see a lot from my clients who are in the Hispanic community is that they fear that they won't be able to afford a good lawyer. They won't be able to afford quality medical care to put their case in the best light. And I want to let your audience know today, Ed, that is not a problem. All good workers' compensation attorneys work on a contingency fee. So that means we only get paid if we win our clients' money. Also, the doctors oftentimes are able to do the same thing. They work on a medical lien, meaning they get paid out of the settlement. So that's a way that someone can get top quality medical care and great legal services without spending any money up front.
So no tiene que pagar nada para llamar al abogado, y los servicios médicos que nosotros vamos a hacer durante el caso, usted no paga nada. And I just said what you said in Spanish, so that has to give our community this tranquility, this security. So tiene que tener la seguridad de llamar al abogado Alex, y nos llaman a nosotros también a Atlas Spinal Rehab 678-691-5676. So tienen que llamarnos, hacer las preguntas necesarias. You gotta call and ask the questions. You cannot be in the dark trying to figure out, what can I do? Get a response from one of the top attorneys in the U.S. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to them.